For years, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have been the picture of a modern Hollywood love story. Not perfect, not polished, but deeply real. The kind of couple who can tease each other on live television one moment and speak with quiet tenderness the next. To fans, their family traditions felt almost sacred. Holiday mornings filled with laughter, wrapping paper everywhere, inside jokes only parents and kids understand, and rituals repeated year after year, because that's what families do. That's why this change felt so surprising. This holiday season, Kelly and Mark made a quiet but meaningful decision, one that left fans talking, one that felt small on the surface but carried a deeper truth beneath it. They chose to step away from a long-held family tradition that once revolved entirely around their children, and the reason why says everything about who they are now. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos met decades ago, fell in love quickly, and built a life that grew louder and busier with every passing year. Careers flourished, schedules filled, 3 children arrived, each one changing the rhythm of the household in beautiful, exhausting ways. Holidays became productions, coordinated plans, carefully timed moments between work commitments and parenting duties. For a long time, that worked, but time has a way of changing everything. Their children grew up. They built lives of their own, different cities, different time zones, different responsibilities. Suddenly, the traditions that once made sense didn't quite fit anymore. The same routines felt forced. The magic was still there, but it looked different. Kelly noticed it first. She's always been honest about motherhood. She's laughed about the chaos, admitted the guilt, and spoken openly about how strange it feels when the house grows quieter. She once joked that empty nesting felt like living in a museum of memories. Everything's still there, but no one running through the halls anymore. Mark felt it too, though in his own way. Where Kelly processes out loud, Mark reflects inwardly. He's spoken about how hard it can be to let go of the version of family life you once protected so fiercely. Not because it's gone, but because it's evolved, and evolution requires choice. That's where the tradition comes in. For years, the holidays centered on their kids. Gifts, schedules, expectations, rituals repeated because that's how it had always been done. But this year, Kelly and Mark paused. They asked themselves an honest question. Are we honoring joy or just repeating habits? The answer surprised them. Instead of holding tightly to a tradition that no longer fit their reality, they chose to change it. Not out of sadness, not out of distance, but out of respect for the stage of life they're in now. They didn't exclude their children emotionally. They simply stopped forcing a structure that belonged to another chapter. And that decision brought something unexpected: relief. Mark joked that for the first time in years, the holidays didn't feel like a logistical puzzle. No pressure to recreate moments that already happened, no guilt about what was missing, just space to enjoy what was present. Kelly, ever the romantic, admitted it felt strange at first. She loves traditions. She loves the symbolism, the shared rituals, the emotional weight of repetition. But she also realized something important. Traditions aren't meant to trap you in the past. They're meant to connect you to the present. Without the pressure of doing things the right way, Kelly and Mark found themselves laughing more, talking longer, enjoying quiet mornings without rushing, creating new, smaller rituals just for the two of them. Coffee at the table, long walks, late-night conversations that didn't revolve around schedules or school plans. It felt intimate, intentional, honest, and yes, a little funny. Mark admitted he didn't miss the frantic energy of wrapping paper everywhere. Kelly teased him about finally getting his wish for a calmer holiday. They laughed about how adulthood changes everything, including how you celebrate. But beneath the humor was something deeper. This change wasn't about pushing their kids away. It was about trusting them to live fully on their own. It was about recognizing that love doesn't disappear when traditions change. It adapts. Kelly has always said that marriage is about choosing each other again and again, especially when life shifts. This holiday decision was exactly that, a choice, a conscious one. Instead of clinging to nostalgia, they leaned into partnership. Fans noticed. Some were surprised, some were emotional, Others admitted it resonated deeply, especially parents facing similar transitions. The comments weren't about judgment, they were about recognition, because many families reach this moment, the moment when traditions stop fitting neatly, when adult children have their own lives, when parents are left asking who they are without the daily role of caretaking. It's not an ending, it's a redefining. Kelly and Mark didn't announce their decision with drama. They didn't frame it as loss. They spoke about it casually, honestly, even playfully. But the message landed. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to let go of what no longer serves you. You're allowed to create new meaning without guilt. What makes their story so compelling isn't the fame or the platform, it's the normalcy hidden within it. Two people navigating love, time, and change with humor and respect. Mark summed it up best in his own quiet way. He said that the holidays aren't about how things look, but how they feel. And this year, they felt right. Kelly added that joy doesn't need to be loud to be real. Sometimes it's found in calm, in simplicity, in choosing presence over performance. Together, they proved something important. A family tradition isn't sacred because it never changes. It's sacred because it reflects who you are now. By stepping into this new version of the holidays, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos reminded everyone watching that love doesn't disappear when chapters end, it deepens when you honor the truth of where you are. And maybe that's the most meaningful tradition of all. If this story made you reflect on your own family traditions, your own changes, or the way love evolves over time, share your thoughts. Every family's journey is different, but honesty connects us all. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let go of what once was and fully embrace what is.